I worked with Lenlin, a kindergartner. He stated he likes math because he likes counting numbers. His strengths is that he has positive attitude when doing math. His improvements are that he needs to work on his fine motor skills of writing the numbers in math. I use the standards KCC1, counting to 100 by ones and by tens, and counting backwards from 20 to ones, 20 by ones. And then I use KCC6, identify whether the number of objects in one group is greater than, less than, or equal to in the number of objects in another group using the groups of up to 10 objects. First, Wendland and I did the standard of KCC1, counting from 1 to 100 by ones and by tens. Wendland was able to do this with no problem, and then we did the second part of it, the counting backwards from 20 to 1 by ones, and Wendland said 20 and then went straight to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He skipped from 20 to 10. Then I asked him if he knew about more than or less than, and he stated he was not really sure what that meant. So I showed him that if I had 4 blocks of green blocks and I had 4 or 3 black blocks, which one would be more, which one would be less, and he was able to identify that right away. He goes, "We do this at school." I then showed him the signs, the different signs of what more, less than, and equal to are. And then he was excited to get right into our game. We had 10 blocks of green counting blocks and 10 black counting blocks. And then we had the base 10 board, and he had to roll a dice that had 3 dots of green on. There was 3 different dots of green, and then 3 different dots of black. So it just depended on what he landed on, is what color of dice or counting block he would put in his base 10, and then he would have count up how many he had of green, how many he had of black, and identify which one was more than or less than. And here are some images. Just 1 second, sorry. Of Wendland. There he is, rolling the dice. He's rolling it again. He's having a blast doing this. And he's rolling the dice there, and he's got 3 green and 2 black, it looks like right now. We did it 6 different times, and these are what he came up with, and he was able to tell me what number was the green and what number was the black, and which way the sign needed to point, and what that number or that sign meant. And then And then this was the sheet I went over with him, showing more than, less than, and equal to. We actually did not have one that it wasn't equal to. And so I actually showed him what equal to would look like. And I had 5 black dice, or 5 black counting blocks, and 5 green counting blocks. Overall, I feel like the game went really well. Wendland really enjoyed playing with it. He actually continued playing with it for a while afterwards. I only had to explain it the one time, which way meant what, and he went right off with it. I think if I were to change anything, I would try to make it a little bit more challenging for him. It seemed really easy for him. He seemed to really understand it really quickly. I think I could probably add in more colors, have him adding them together, or adding more spaces, but just more challenging. I think he could do more challenge to it. But yeah, that was my project, and I felt it went really well. Thank you.